The Tigers find themselves moving up the CAA standings. The Tiger Basketball Report presented by the Green Turtles starts now.
For an athlete, there's nothing scarier than a torn ACL.
Athletes trust us with their care and their careers because we're a recognized leader in sports medicine.
Get back to your active life sooner with MedStar Sports Medicine.
Wise Market's ice cream plant is based in Sunbury, Pennsylvania, and locally owned and operated. We've been making our ice cream for nearly 50 years. We create roughly 70 flavors of ice cream right now. We use local ingredients, especially our cream, which is from our milk plant. The cream is what gives our ice cream a rich and creamy texture. Now, together with our customers, we've created a product called Peanut Butter Indulgence, which will be coming out this summer. It's a peanut butter ice cream with sea salt caramel swirl, and chocolate-covered pretzel. How could you go wrong with that? Personally, I love our ice cream. If you come to our house at any given time, you'll find at least 5 packages of ice cream in our freezer. Our kids grew up eating Wise quality ice cream, and now we get to treat our grandchildren to it. It's been a pleasure for me to be tasting ice cream for over 40 years for Wise Markets, and I'm loving every minute of it.
Welcome to the Tiger Basketball Report. I'm your host, Spiro Morekas, along with the head coach of the Tigers, Pat Skerry. And Coach, Tigers had 2 home games this past week against Delaware and against Drexel, 2 of the longest rivals the Tigers have. The Delaware game didn't go quite the way you wanted. The Drexel game probably went better than you had hoped for. But let's start with the Blue Hen ball game. What was it that Delaware did to you guys defensively to stop you? I mean, you shot about 32% for the ball game.
Yeah, both teams didn't make shots, but they made 13 threes. Usually when the team makes that many threes, you get a lot of trouble. I thought our defense, though, was pretty good. They held them at 32%. We missed a lot of shots at the rim, in the paint. They played a lot of zone, which we expected. We got some good looks. It was just one of those nights we didn't make shots. I thought we had a good stretch in the second half where we got out in transition and attacked the zone before it got set up, but we weren't able to kind of consistently do that. And, kind of saved the game by forcing overtime late. And then looked like we were going to get over the hump, but we didn't, And Delaware played well. Delaware played well. It was one of those kind of hard-fought CAA games in February that could have went either way. It's tough losing a double overtime game.
And it could have been one of the greatest comebacks in Towson history. I mean, you're down 6 points with 15 seconds to go in regulation. TJ Howard hits a 3, then you tie up Ryan Allen on the inbounds pass, get the ball. Brian Fobbs hits a 3 almost at the buzzer. You thought at this point, wow, there's no way Delaware's got to be devastated by that, but you got to give the Blue Hens credit.
Yeah, give a lot of credit. I mean, even in the first half, they really shot them. They made 10 threes in the first half. We buckled down pretty good after that, but 11 field goals and 10 of them were threes. And, it's probably the one area, obviously we didn't do a good enough job, but, watching tape, they made some shots too. They had guys step up. I mean, Allen was terrific all night long, and the kid Horton made a couple. I made a big one in the second overtime. I think both teams were tired, physically tired, and guys get a little bit mentally tired too. You always wish you had a possession or 2 back in those type of games where the timing wasn't great on something, or there was a coverage error, and it's just it was a good game. Tough one to fall on the short end of.
But we saw one of the greatest rebounding performances in Towson history that Thursday night. Dennis Tunstall, 21 rebounds in the ball game, and he was just tremendous.
He's had a great year. I mean, he was gassed after the game. It's just That's one of those ones when you grab the stat sheet that really bounces off you, like 21 rebounds from one guy. That's really good. He's just been a really good player for us this year. I think as we continue to get better and I think bright days lie ahead for us. He's one of those guys as a coach. You just kind of know what you're getting. So when you start putting stuff together, I know he's going to be good for us tonight. And when you get to having 4 to 6 guys like that, then you have a chance to have a really good club.
Then we get to Saturday, and the Tigers take on the Dragons at Drexel. It was Autism Awareness Day. It was a good crowd at CQ Arena. And you guys came out and just blitzed them in the first half, built up a 27-point lead. Was that maybe the best half of basketball you guys have played all year?
Yeah, there's no question. I mean, Drexel's got a good club and having a good year. So you don't, in CAA play this time, you don't expect to have those type of halves. I mean, we were really good defensively, and then we shot the cover off the ball, which hasn't happened a lot for us. And Drexel's a hard team to guard. They run really good offense. So I was proud of our guys. We really tried to hop on understanding personnel, and I thought we did a good job of that. Our defense has been really good lately. It leads the league. It normally does, but it leads the league. And I would have liked to have a couple of those baskets we knocked down on Saturday on Thursday night. It was just, somewhat similar type of shots, but guys knocked them. And T.J. Howard, anytime they remotely had a little bit of life in the first half, he had the heat check going on. I mean, he was making everything. And he's a good shooter. He had some of those same shots the other night that just didn't go in. You want guys to be aggressive, and sometimes it is a simple game when you shoot that well, you're gonna win.
You build up that lead, and you go into halftime with such a large lead. I guess you have to remind the guys, hey, look, there's still 20 minutes left. We did this to them in the first half. No reason why they can't do it to us in the second half. You can't rest on your laurels here.
Those aren't easy situations of coaching because, in the back of your mind, you don't want to cough up that type of lead. And the players don't either, but the mentality does change. And Kevin Clark had reminded me, before we talked to the team, that Drexel had the biggest comeback in NCAA Division I history last year. It's like 40 points. They came back and beat Delaware. And I said, I don't want to bring that up to the guys. So that's like, they think I'm the Grim Reaper enough as is. So, but yeah, you are aware of it. I think, we did a good enough job the first, 8-10 minutes of not really giving any ground. And then, you and I spoke to the last 8 to 10 minutes took longer than the first 30 minutes. So we were able to get out of there with a very good win on Saturday. Very good win. And I'm proud of the group. We've been getting better. We've been playing better. All
right, so the Tigers go 1-1 at home. Now, maybe the roughest road trip of the year on the way at Hofstra and Northeastern. Tune in later on this week on the Towson Tigers, on TowsonTigers.com, as Coach Skerry and I will talk about the games against the Pride and the Huskies. So for the head coach of the Tigers, Pat Skerry, I'm Spiro Morekas. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Tiger Basketball Report. And as always, go Tigers.